Well, Jerome's, it's time. We finally made it. Minnesota fighting Vikings start out the 2022 campaign against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers. A late window, America's game of the week, historic U.S. Bank Stadium, ready to hoist that Lombardi for the first time of a dozen times in the next 10 years. Pumped up to start the adofo-mensah, the Kevin O'Connell regime. See the new offense, see the new defense in all of its glory, and put Rodgers on the turf several times because, Davante Adams actually mattered. It's kind of crazy, man. Busted out the wrinkled up Jermaine Wiggins jersey. It's time. Here are 5 keys for the Vikings to get it done on a Sunday. So, number 1, yes, my first, my last, my everything. It all starts with OLine, where Garrett Bradbury remains as starting center for the Vikings, and they just got to get it done up front because as the O-line goes, so goes Kirk Cousins. As Kirk Cousins goes, so goes the offense. As the offense goes, so goes the friggin' Vikings. So now they're like 80% of the way there with Darisaw and O'Neal, probably going to be considered the best bookend tackle duo in the National Football League by the end of the season. Ezra, I like it. He's developed nicely at left guard. Ed Ingram earned that starting right guard job. Now, if Bradbury can get it done, if he can just get it together, I absolutely would love to see it. But Kenny Clark remains. He does. Plus, they got a rookie first-round pick, Devontae Wyatt, coming in out of Georgia. They do still have Preston Smith. They still have Rashawn Gary, who stepped it up last season in year 3. But no Zadarius Smith. Also, no Mike Smith. Remember, outside linebacker, edge rushing coach, come over from the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers, joining up with the Vikings. I think that's an underrated signing. But the offensive line simply has to get it done. Keep Kirk clean, be able to run the football, and have this offense operate, and that's going to be monstrous, especially as this Packers defense is considered one of the best in the National Football League. Just sort of is what it is. Next up, key number 2 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday. We after that ass, Aaron. That's right. Rodgers back in the House of Pain, back in U.S. Bank Stadium, and now he has to face Danielle Hunter and Zadarius Smith. Woo! You absolutely just love and adore, man. And the Vikings, they are going to have a prodigious pass rush because last year they were second in the league in sacks, only behind the Steelers. And that was without Danielle for much of the season. That was without Everson for part of it as well. And now everyone's coming in fully healthy. The new 3-4 defense allowing Danielle and Zadarius to just eat on the outside, as well as the Vikings will have some nice NASCAR package platoons coming in on third down, passing downs. I think the Vikings are going to see a lot of that. Also, let's not sleep on the fact that David Bakhtiari coming back from the ACL, slow to practice, slow to get in. Same thing with right tackle Elton Jenkins, the pride of Mississippi State, absolute stud, love him, but he's also coming back from an ACL. So you got your 2 tackles coming back from knee injuries, have been slowly easing back in, probably going to have some rust. Also, Aaron's probably not going to have Lazard on Sunday. So your wide receiver 1 and 2 is going to be Sammy Watkins and the corpse of Randall Cobb. Great. I mean, maybe Christian Watson, maybe Romeo Doubs, who I love a lot. Maybe they can actually step up. But, no Davante Adams. No effort. Davante's down there somewhere because we've been told several times that Davante Adams is one of the best wide receivers in the National Football League, and you subtract him from this offense, you don't really replace him, and the offense isn't supposed to skip a beat. Please. So, Aaron, he's going down. If the Vikings get 10-plus pressures on Rodgers, I think the Vikings easily win. If they put his ass on the turf, sack him over 2.5 times, I think they easily win as well. So bring it on, man. Next up, key number 3 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday. Vikings wide receivers versus Green Bay's DBs. Now, GBDB sounds vaguely sexual. Don't Urban Dictionary it, but the Vikings, they do have one of the best wide receiver rooms in the National Football League. They can absolutely get after it with Justin friggin' Jefferson, Adam Thielen, KJ, Jalen Reagor also added as that speedy wide receiver for Irv Smith with the thumbs is going to be good to go. Dalvin Cook out of the backfield as a receiver. It's going to be great, man. But the Packers defense, respect. The secondary is legit, spearheaded by Jair Alexander, one of the best young cornerbacks in the game. Really respect his game a lot. I'm glad they paid him. Glad they took care of him, but it's a pain in the ass to see him every single, twice a season. Eric Stokes, the pride of Georgia, more than a speedster. He's coming along. Rasul Douglas really had himself a nice season last year, got paid. Can he replicate it? I don't know. Darnell Savage, been dinged up with a hamstring, but he's solid. Adrian Amos is whatever. Actually, Adrian Amos is pretty good. Respect there. So, I mean, that secondary is legit. I do love what Joe Barry has done with his defense, but it's going to be strength on strength. So, bring it. You're at home, and again, part and parcel of this offensive line can protect Kirk. Kirk is one of the best deep balls in the game. He has a winning record against the Greasy, Grimy Green Bay Packers, and he can drop dimes. Plus, I want to see what Kevin O'Connell has been hyping up all offseason. The whole, hey, Justin Jefferson is going to be the Cooper Kupp in this offense. Not stylistically, but he's going to get the ball, even though everyone expects him to get the ball. So let's get him the ball, and he can still make plays. So that's going to be fantastic to see. Next up, key number 4 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday. Really good with Excel. Unleash the Dalvin. That's right. Number 444. So the Vikings have kept this under wraps. Like the entire talk of this offseason was like, oh, Kevin O'Connell's going to use Dalvin more as a receiver. Not just out of the backfield, but actually lined up as wide receiver. Now, let's see it. Let's see it, man. Now, the key against this Packers defense may be that linebacking core. So you got rookie Quay Walker also coming out of Georgia. Devondre Campbell, respect the former Gopher. Had himself a nice breakout season, got himself paid a little bit as well. But him matching up against Dalvin, I will take Dalvin 10 times out of 10 because Dalvin is fantastic in the open field. Dalvin has underrated hands, and I think that could be the X factor because as this defense is just keying on Jefferson, as they're keying on Thielen, as they're keying on Irv Smith Jr., Dalvin number 4 just coming out of the backfield and getting his hands on the rock. I think that, well, also Dalvin's had a fantastic track record against the Packers in the past, so I think that Dalvin could be the X factor in the game on Sunday. Lastly, key number 5 for the Vikings to get a win on Sunday. Imodium, stop the runs. Now, the Vikings defense was not great against the run last year or the year before that. But the switch to a 3-4, you got some meat on the inside. Diesel, Dalvin, Jonathan Bullard at the 5-tech spots, both known for stopping the run. Same thing with Harrison Phillips, allowing Eric Kendricks and as well as Jordan Hicks to run free and scrape. Also, Daniil and Za'Darius are great at setting the edge. And it's going to be a hell of a task, man, because the Packers, in their infinite wisdom, so they let go of Davante Adams. They pay Aaron Rodgers $50 million, and now they're going to be a running team with Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. Okay, but their offensive line, questionable on the interior. If Bakhtiari and Elton Jenkins aren't 100% either, that could be some really good news for the Vikings. But if they want to be a run-first team, and especially when you're on the road, hostile environment, division rival, you want to go out, you want to take the crowd out of it, having a long-ass drive and just pounding the rock back and forth is going to be a good way to do it. But the Vikings can get them into third and long situations where the crowd can get loud, and Rodgers, with 2 dinged-up tackles and without Davante Adams staring at third and long, it's a good situation to be. But Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon, you got to stop them, and it's all up to the guys up front. So, finally, prediction time. I'm actually calling it. Like, most of our predictions are obviously homerish picks, and everyone and their mom, including the Vegas line makers, see the Packers winning this game, but I don't see that. Plus, I cannot wait to see the Kevin O'Connell offense, the Ed Donatel defense, the Matt Daniels special teams just unleashed and let to roam. Tramps like us, baby, we were born to run up the damn score. Vikings 38, Packers 7. Yes, we're repeating that score. I think the Vikings get out ahead early and often. I think the Packers are frustrated. I think the offense is rusty. I think Rodgers is put on the turf several times. And also, I think a couple mistakes are made. Maybe a Rodgers strip sack. Maybe a Rodgers pick 6 thrown in there as well. Maybe they get a late garbage touchdown, preferably Aaron Jones for my fantasy team. But the Vikings, they make a statement. They put the league on notice that, hey, this ain't your mom's, this ain't your dad's, this ain't your grandpa's Vikings teams. This is Kevin O'Connell's team. The offense is going to go out. Hey, instead of just trying to win every game 9-6 like in the Zimmer days, they're going to try, hey, we're going to put up 40 on your ass. Best of luck to you. That's all, man. But that's it. That's our prediction. That's our keys to victory. Let us know your prediction. Let us know your keys to victory in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.